Hey, it's Kaufman is Alive. Today I'm going to be looking at WWE Clash in Paris in 3 words. Now how this works is I'm going to just pick 3 words to describe each match, and then I'll kind of expand on that and give you all my stream of consciousness thoughts about this show, this WWE PLE, the final WWE PLE on Peacock before they moved to ESPN. I'm not a huge fan of this announcement, and I really feel like the boom period that we've been experiencing in WWE, a big portion and a big part of that has been WWE's accessibility on Peacock and Netflix. I feel like moving to an app you got to pay $30 a month for just to watch the PLEs. There's no other WWE content on there. I feel like this could lead to the decrease in WWE's popularity as we move forward, but we shall see. I personally do not have the ESPN app, and I'm probably not going to be getting it. There's really nothing else on that app that interests me too much besides WWE, whereas on Peacock there's tons of movies and shows that interest me besides just WWE. The opening match was Roman Reigns defeating Bronson Reed with the spear. The 3 words I would give this match would be Roman write off, because in the post-match they basically wrote off Roman Reigns. After he defeated Bronson Reed, he was able to put Paul Heyman in a sleeper and get the Shula Fala back. He started to sign autographs on all the shoes and throw them into the crowd while he was standing on the announce table, and Braun Breaker showed up and speared him through the announce table. This attack went on for about 10 minutes after the post-match, with just Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker destroying Roman Reigns. There was a great spot where Roman Reigns got strapped onto a stretcher, and then Bronson Reed went up to the top turnbuckle and hit the tsunami 3 different times. Jey Uso ran out and took a spear from Braun Breaker. This all played into the main event later in the match. The post-match angle was really great. The match was pretty good too. I like the main event style that they worked, and I feel like Bronson Reed really got over in this entire feud and match. I do kind of miss the old days though of a pay-per-view opener being kind of an undercard tag team match or a high spot cruiserweight match. Those days are long gone though. After the match, Adam Pearce was backstage and banned Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed from the main event. This kind of tipped me off to perhaps that there might be a new member to join Seth Rollins' vision, and that proved to be true. The second match was the Wyatt 6 over the Street Profits for the tag team titles. The 3 words I would give this match would be, who's the heel? Because I couldn't really tell who the heels or baby faces are supposed to be. There really is no story going on between any of the tag teams. They all just seem to be having matches and kind of trading wins, although the Wyatt 6 now seem to be dominating. They haven't lost since they've shown up on SmackDown. But this was a great match too. I feel like the Wyatt 6 really hung in there with the Street Profits, who are excellent. Montez Ford did his big dive over the turnbuckle, which was awesome. The other Wyatt members got involved at the end, which helped Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis get the win with their suplex powerbomb combination maneuver. But again, I just wish that the tag teams had more storylines going on, and it's really hard to tell who the baby faces and heels are supposed to be. The fans cheer the Wyatts even though they seem to be heels, and WWE have tried over and over again to try and get the Street Profits over as heels, and the crowd just refuses to boo them. The next match was Becky Lynch over Nikki Bella for the Intercontinental title. Becky Lynch won with a pinfall maneuver that Wade Barrett dubbed the Lynch pin. I really liked that. The 3 words I would give this match would be on another level, because to me Becky Lynch is just on another level, and Nikki Bella did her best, but she's just from another era, and you could really kind of tell. Wade Barrett tried to cover that up by saying that she was experiencing some ring rust, but I really just think that she was never that good. There was a couple blown spots, especially one really egregious spot where Nikki Bella jumped off the turnbuckle trying to hit a kick on Becky Lynch, who was way out of position. So Nikki just crashed on the mat. Becky was smart enough to cover her right away though. The end of the match actually did pick up, and I thought got pretty good at the end before Becky Lynch got the win, but you could just tell again that Becky Lynch, in my opinion, is probably the best women's wrestler ever, and she really carried Nikki Bella, or at least tried to carry Nikki Bella to a good match here. Wasn't that great though. Next match was Rusev over Sheamus in a Donnybrook match. Rusev actually made Sheamus tap out with an accolade while he was using Sheamus's shillelagh. This was basically a hardcore match. The 3 words I would give this match, if I can steal a phrase from Big E, would be men slapping meat. I thought this match really over-delivered. There was some great kick-out spots, and Rusev really played the big bad heel well against Sheamus. Rusev really did get over pretty big in this match. I feel like he's back. He's been kind of lukewarm since he returned to WWE, but he really showed off in this match. There was some really great spots. One really dangerous spot where he spine-bustered Sheamus right through a bar table, and Sheamus's back of his head hit the side of the table as he went through. It was pretty gnarly. Next match was John Cena over Logan Paul in a match that really stole the show. Totally over-delivered. John Cena has been on quite a run the past few months against CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and now Logan Paul, who also continues to over-deliver every time he steps into the ring. I really like the build to this match too, with John Cena calling Logan Paul a poor man's John Cena. And Logan Paul really is a John Cena type character, and I think the longer he sticks around in wrestling, he's really going to become one of those Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Rock type of figures where you just love to hate him because he wins and he's just so good. It's undeniable. That's really how I feel about Logan Paul, kind of unfortunately, because don't really like him as a person, but man, he is a really good wrestler. And the 3 words I would give this match would be video game match. These guys just pulled out all sorts of new maneuvers. John Cena at one point hit a Styles Clash on Logan Paul. Shout out to AJ Styles. This was an awesome match. Again, this was pretty close to a 5-star match, I would say. Really over-delivered and stole the show in my opinion. The main event was Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight title over LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk. Seth Rollins did win the match with help from his wife Becky Lynch at the end of the match. So the 3 words I would give this match would be New Dangerous Alliance. If you remember back in the old days of WCW, Paul Heyman had a group called the Dangerous Alliance. Rick Rude, Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, and they also had a female in that group, Medusa. So with Becky Lynch helping Seth Rollins in the main event here, really reminded me of the days of the Dangerous Alliance. I hope Becky is now aligning herself with the Vision. I think the name The Vision sucks. They should just start calling it the New Dangerous Alliance, in my opinion. But this was a pretty good match. There was a great spot where LA Knight tried to hit an elbow off the top turnbuckle to the outside through a table on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins moved out of the way. I jumped out of my seat when that happened. That was incredible. CM Punk had the win. He hit a GTS on Seth Rollins, and he was going for a second one when a hooded figure came out from behind and hit a low blow on CM Punk, and Seth Rollins was able to hit a curb stomp and get the win. This was a pretty good match. Wasn't quite as good as Logan Paul John Cena in my opinion, but a pretty good show overall. Some of the undercard matches weren't that great, but overall I thought this was a pretty great show. And I like the direction everything seems to be heading. Could we see the return of AJ Lee to counteract Becky Lynch as well soon too? That could be cool. The 3 words I have for this pay-per-view altogether is no more Peacock. Thanks again for watching. Go watch wrestling.